we took a jar trip to Ikea, and oh my god, it was the most disastrous event
We've
of
got
all
to start
time.
from the beginning.
Yeah, we start from the beginning.
Me and Alex, we talked about this, like you guys, but me at the day before, me and Alex were talking about doing it, like going to Ikea. And because Alex's car's not the biggest and mine's lowered, we
You
said
can fit a surprising amount of stuff in.
yours,
Tell you that much.
not mine, because mine's lowered. So we were saying that
more than yours.
we were going to take 2 cars. So we went along with Alex, and those 2 fucked off. They just left. They
because we were like, because you two fucking on WhatsApp, just the least helpful.
No, I genuinely didn't know if I wanted to go because I felt quite ill on the day.
Jim did have a chest infection.
Which is fair enough. Like, you know how it is.
We do know how it is,
It
Jamie.
really just be like that sometimes.
So those 2 just left, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then
You called us knobs or something, pricks, something like that.
And then suddenly Jim was
Ruben
like,
was reading it to me while I was driving.
And I kept sending
laughed.
Mad Max gifts because I was like, this is fitting. James
I
driving.
think you said that it's bait.
"Yeah."
3
Yeah.
Mad Max. It didn't really apply.
No,
but-
because on the gift preview, it only showed him doing that. And then when I sent it, it did the full one. So I was like, oh, okay.
So
I still like the point though.
Jim just said, "Come pick me up."
The driving one was more fitting though. The one
The
with
driving
the wheel
one
spinning
was.
and the Interceptor, yeah.
So here goes me in my car with no aircon on a really hot sunny day.
It was
really
really
hot.
fucking
It was
hot.
must have been nearly
29.
30.
You don't know
yeah.
what hot feels like until you've been in that car in that
James's
weather.
car without aircon
Leather seats.
on the motorway, not
Motor.
even
And
sheltered.
You can't even open the windows on the motor because it's just
Yeah, exactly.
Because the
So-
pressure is horrible.
it's
yeah.
horrible.
But not only was it a fucking hot day sitting in James's hot car, I gave James about 6 wrong directions.
Yeah.
we drove. There's a road on one side of our town, and it goes to somewhere else. And we took that road and then did country roads for like 20 minutes to then go back into the
Yeah,
town.
the same way we went because we were both using Google Maps.
but where the country roads go like this around our town, you went out that way. We went round
Yeah,
the
because
town.
you missed the
and then
turning.
out.
You missed the turning, didn't you?
So basically,
So the most crucial point of the journey you missed.
we
Not
did.
the most, because
It was the most because it took you
Well,
back.
The most crucial might have been like the turning off of the M4, but
So we missed that. So 20 minutes we just spent driving down in heat on country roads. And then we finally got to the start of the town again. And then we started driving the journey on the motorway and it was fucking hot. And then we got to Bristol. And then we missed the turning again.
Mhm.
So we had to get stuck in traffic in the centre of Bristol to then turn around and then go through some like fucking back alleys to then come back onto the motorway to then come off to go to Ikea.
there was a moment when we were driving, just looking at the nice, idyllic British countryside. Hall and Oates was playing. You just imagine what it's like in their car right now. And I did just picture like
I was
Smash
I
literally
just pictured like Mad
drenched.
Max.
Yeah.
That's what I saw. You screeching like a warble.
I was drenched in sweat. My clothes were soaked.
James has like sprayed his mouth full of aluminium or chrome. Sorry.
And my car's not just like the ride is horrible because it's lowered, it's hot, but it's also really loud. So it's like you can't even listen to music.
Well, no, whenever we were like when we were on like the motorway coming back, listening to music fairly loud, we'd still hear your car,
Yeah.
even with all the wind and everything. We'd still hear it.
Because there was a time when you were all in like the middle lane, and I was just like, fuck it. So I went on the outside lane, just drove straight past you.
But me and Ruben got to Ikea way before you guys. And then we were like to Jim, so when are you going to be here? And Jim was like, oh, he just left. Which was a lie, but we weren't sure if it was a lie because you're never straight.
Yeah.
We
About
literally
it.
got on the motorway then.
I figured that Jim was like, he just got out of the shower or something. I was like, yeah, we're just leaving now.
I thought that was a possibility.
The
and I was like,
idea-
oh, fuck.
The idea was, I'd say we just left, and then we turn up and be like, yeah, we just made this journey in 10 minutes.
Oh,
But
right,
then
okay.
I gave James more wrong directions. So it took us
It's
even
just
longer
because-
to get there.
But then it's like, we couldn't park in the shade either, so I had
No,
to
yeah.
park under a tree. So when we got in, me and Jim, we walked in just bathed in sweat. Went up the escalator, his face just popped around the corner.
Mhm.
And then we went to the restaurant, didn't we?
Which
Which was
we
yeah.
had veggie balls. And it was
It's
pretty
Fast
surprising-
forward
Yeah.
to us all being
I'd
there.
always known that the IKEA food was quite shit.
I'd always known it was
It
alright.
was
I'd
really
always known
good.
it was
£8.
really good and really cheap.
The fucking cider was really nice as well.
Everyone raves about balls, the
meatballs
Ikea
and the veggie
balls.
balls. Yeah, I thought they were nice. They're just falafel, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had fish and chips.
It was fine.
I bought a fudge cake and bloody hell, it was fantastic.
Well, there you go.
Decent beer as well.
Yeah.
Decent beer for like,
80p
Yeah.
fucking refillable as
Yeah.
many times as you
We
want
got
drink.
Ikea
Just
lager,
mad.
It was good. And then I had loads of elderflower drink. It was nice.
Even,
So
yeah,
that-
you got cider even though you're driving, you crazy motherfucker.
It's allowed one
One
tin of
cider.
cider.
It was. I didn't even
that's
drink
way
all of it.
below the limit, bro.
Yeah.
No,
bro.
but it didn't end there.
Oh,
Our
no.
drama-
That was just the beginning.
So when you go up these escalators, you go straight forward, it goes into like the sofa area, or you go to the restaurant. And if you go into the restaurant, you shortcut all of the sofa area. So we
Mhm.
walked around the entirety of IKEA looking for sofas, got to the end, and we're like, where's the sofas?
Yeah, and you can't go back, is the
you
thing.
can't go
No.
back.
Mhm.
You have to go through the checkouts and restart.
And
But-
we went through again the whole place.
And that's when the misery really began.
yeah.
I was just like, I want to go home. I was like, you're fucking
Mum, Dad,
Yeah.
your 12-year-old son.
James, wherever you are, you related to me. I want to go home.
But we got spotted.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
recognised by IKEA Ben.
IKEA Ben.
IKEA Ben and Bristol spotted the jar.
Yeah.
You two
Missed me and Jim because we
Yeah,
were
you were
apart.
walking away.
You were going back to the tables
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
while we were on the
Um,
sofas.
So we decided on these ones because I guess they're blue. That's kind of it. But James
Not only
wanted.
it, we wanted the flower sofa.
Yeah, I was about to
James
say.
wanted the flower.
James
It was comfortable.
James
wasn't
walks into the
comfy.
sofa area and he's like, okay, I'm just going to put on my hideous radar. Oh, there we go. Points towards the most vile sofa you've ever
It was
seen.
fucking
It
disgusting.
was fucking horrible.
It's like your great-great-grandmother's sofa from
It's
World
the type
War
of
II.
sofa you see with those covers on, those like
It does
polythene
actually look like my
covers.
great grandma's
Yeah.
sofa, but
Mhm.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
To be fair, it was pretty comfortable. It did suck you in.
Wait, no, my grandma herself had a sofa like that for a while. No idea why. Horrible.
It's just,
But she just put blankets on it so you couldn't see that.
I think we should. That's the one I wanted because it would have.
It wasn't
been
comfortable. Had it been comfortable,
It
I
was-
might have been for it.
I-
It would have been
wasn't
very
comfortable.
funny,
It would have
it
been.
would have been
But
funny, I
once.
reckon, for a couple episodes.
and then we would have regretted it.
And then
That's
it
the
would be
truth.
like, I'm stuck with this hideous sofa in my
we
house.
would have had to put like covers on it to make it not awful
Yeah.
and stuff.
And I'm not willing to go that far for a joke. I'll go pretty far for a joke. You guys
You'll
know what I
print
do.
T-shirts and badges and
But yeah, buying a sofa
just
that
straight up
disgusting.
pictures and
Yeah, that sofa was like £400.
It was cheaper than this,
Yeah.
and it was.
But this
way
one's
better.
actually nice.
yeah, that's the
It's the
difference.
difference.
I'm not a fan of the material. But also the
I think it's
IKEA,
very practical.
the
and
IKEA
nice.
drama did not end there
Didn't it?
What else happened?
because obviously I parked my car out in the sun all day.
Uh-huh.
It was fucking like 35 degrees or whatever.
Again, no
So-
air
so-
conditioning.
So when we went to leave, you guys got in Alex's car, which I don't blame you because it had aircon. And I went to park my car, I brought my car up, and then we're leaving IKEA and it didn't work. But I
I
had
see,
to
yeah.
stop. I was like, fuck. Because as soon as I like bring up the clutch or drop the clutch, it would just turn off. So I was like, fuck. So then I got out and I was
Perfect
like,
timing.
if this car's actually like broken, I'm stuck in IKEA in this heat.
Do you think it was
Oh.
something to do with the heat?
It was
On your
because
car?
that day I fitted an induction kit, an open
Ah.
one. So all of the heat in the engine there was being sucked straight into the ending, and it was just like breaking down. But then we had a cool journey back. I was just sweaty and hot, and
Yeah, you were trolling us on the motorway.
We did
How?
actually get a picture of him, which we might flash if we remember.
Because I was like,
you were doing the same speed constantly.
Failing that, we'll just tweet it. So-
yeah, I was just doing the motorway speed, and then
The motorway speed is 70, which
Let's
Yeah, I
be
was
real-
doing it.
Let's be real. Everyone pushes it to like 90.
everyone does
Yeah.
that.
I was going. It was quite busy as well.
No, it was
wasn't
because
empty.
there was loads of coaches, and at times you
Mhm.
probably saw that I just go boom, 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 boom.
Well, yeah,
yeah.
but then
'Cause
you
it's
you
just a-
would.
Yeah, what were you doing? Because you would speed like way past us, and then you'd just be on our left, like really slow.
And there was that part where I was right behind you, and you like purposefully slowed down like 10 miles per hour.
Okay, so on the motorway, I use the motorway properly, which is you're in the left lane. No matter what speed you're doing, you're in the left lane.
Yeah.
If you need to overtake, you overtake. So
Mm-hmm.
if there was a gap, I'd go into the right lane to overtake the car ahead of me. And if I had to go in the other lane, I'd do that. So it's kind of like I'm constantly kind of moving across. But then the further back you got, I'd go into the left lane, slow down a bit, so then you caught up.
Okay.
So I'd always try to like just
And there was that
Yeah.
time I got ahead of you, and it was like game on. You just zoomed past.
I was honestly hoping when we were driving there that when we were on the motorway, we'd just hear this we'd see this blue mouse and just go just rocket past
That was our
us.
plan, Jim, wasn't it? I was like, we're gonna catch them later. We're gonna fucking do it. We just.
You never appeared, and I was actually disappointed.
That's what I wanted. I wanted to just be like.
I'm sure we could have caught up if I'd have given the right directions.
Definitely.
And there was that one time where I'd lost track of you behind me, and I was like, "Where's he gone?" And then you were just somehow in front. Like I didn't see you overtake.
Was
Yeah,
that-
I saw you and take on the inside lane. You went.
Yeah,
up on
there
the
was
inside.
like a coach in front of you and a coach to the left, and I was just like, instead of sitting in that lane, I went to the left lane and overtook everyone in the middle lane,
Mm-hmm.
and then overtook the coach and did
Yeah.
that.